Hey guys, hope everybody's doing great and welcome back to my channel, Knowledge Central, where I try to just focus on a few niche topics like career motivation. And this series of playlist mostly include actionable insights from self-improvement books mostly. And the idea is to have a simple philosophy that we all can be better than who we are right now, and skill up, improve our mindset, etc., etc., etc. So that's also one of my recent favorite topics, especially the books I read, the things I follow in social media, the things I read about my free time. So everything revolves around this, and I really feel that's quite important, useful for everybody in the world, not only to make yourself better, but also your community, the place you live in, the world in itself can become a better place. And it all starts with us, right? Single person. Right. So yeah, in this series, or at least in this video, I'll be talking about the three actionable insights from the book from Andrew. Words can change your brain, right? Really important. And this actually is also have a lot of correlation with other books I've read, like Thinking Fast and Slow, Atomic Habits, and or say for instance, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. And that's the best part of the self-improvement books. It's everything is well researched, and the idea is they have a lot of you know famous psychologists and neuroscientists talk about the different things, and it's well proven, just decades of study, and then you just have that whole knowledge squeezed into a book. So that's something which I really love about self-improvement books, where you need not do a research of 5 years, or you need not have a PhD in neuroscience or psychology, for example, which I really love. So yeah, let's get into the book. And before moving on to the actionable insights, as usual, I'm going to start with the favorite quote from the author. Is It's really important to choose your words wisely, and every word matters because they are going to influence your happiness, your relationship, the way you think, and that in turn is going to affect your personal growth and personal wealth as well. So the idea is, again, the whole quote is choosing the words in itself. Also, I would say it's really important to also streamline your thoughts. So I would go even more a step further and say your thoughts are really important, as important as you can't even imagine. It's pretty much understated. It literally shapes the way you feel, the way you act. And I think this code is also kind of reciprocating that. It's really important what words you use, and especially more optimistic, positive words. And you can do with attitude. It's really important, irrespective of whatever phase, whatever profession we are in. So it's really important to choose the words wisely, especially when you talk to others, fine, but also when you talk to yourself, right? Especially the self-talk, the words you tell to yourself, and the thoughts you think about, doing something, finishing an assignment, deadline, giving an interview, doesn't matter. What you say to yourself is quite important, and that's what you have to mean by words, and definitely also when communicating to other people, right? The words you use, the tone, enthusiasm, everything matters, right? And it literally is going to shape the path, your own happiness, also others, right? So without wasting a lot of time, and also in line with the code, let's start with the actionable insights. And the idea also behind this series of playlists is to incorporate this in your life, literally starting from today, right now, is something which you can put inside. But when you actually want to know the theory behind it, or at least the research or the validity and proof, then I think it's better to read the book. And also this would give you an overall flavor of the book, whether this book really for you or what's coming. And of course, a little bit spoilers if you are not a fan of hearing few things well beforehand, but mostly the genre of self-help books, there's not a lot of spoilers. So you know that you're going to read about this, you know you're going to improve the skill, improve the personality, etc. So the first one is really important, especially if you want to connect to someone, including yourself, of course. It's really important to actually put your mind into a state which is as relaxed, as calm as possible, right? And it's really important when you go into a meeting or when you give a public speech or something. So you can always connect better when talking with a more peaceful mind, more calmer mind. Imagine when you are more anxious and stressed, it's because your mind is also pretty much puzzled. Your mind is pretty much a little bit worried that things might go wrong, which is a part of human nature as well. We are kind of tuned towards a little bit having negative thoughts because our brain cannot comprehend negative emotions, right? uh, was really one of the important things. To give a quick example, I mean, if I right now tell, do not think about an elephant, right? So your brain directly goes to an elephant, right? So it's super hard to comprehend uh, or overwrite negative emotions, but the idea is slowly kind of rewiring it. Just think about positive things, positive thoughts, positive words. And for that, keeping your mind relaxed, being present is really important. And to do this, we have a lot of things, right? We can exercise, we can go walking, jogging, cycling, we can meditate, we can do breath watching. I can keep naming. But the idea is to put your mind to peace. And that's a really important thing, right? The first and foremost. Next, it's really important to harness this power of happiness by setting up a lot of memorable moments in our lives, celebrations, birthday events, and if you achieve a milestone, definitely celebrate it. It's really important because when you look back at the pictures or whatever, imagine you went for a trip a few years back with your friends, and when you look back at the photographs and when you look back a couple of videos which were taken during the moment, you would definitely get a smile on your face, right? I mean, that memories are going to be really, cherishable. And while talking about this, an important philosophy, not a philosophy, or at least important aspect of your uh, brain, it's really important. And it comes from Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, where at one of the last chapters, he talks about two selves, SELF. So one self is based on the remembering self, where it remembers things based on previous experiences and stuff. But the another self is an experience self. So imagine when you're doing an activity, that's the experience self. And imagine after doing that activity few weeks, months, or years back, you have a self which is a memory self, which is a remembering self. So people actually, especially when they are happy or when they're, when their happiness index is actually rising, it's most of the time because of the remembering self, which actually taps into the memory of our past best activity. So it's really important to have a lot of memorable moments in your life. And if it's something which is going to be celebrated, take time, celebrate with your friends, celebrate with the family, share with other people who actually genuinely cares, and also happy with your achievement. So it's really important who you share good news with, right? And I can talk about that as well, but for another video. But the idea is to have more happy memories, which is gonna give back a smile whenever you look at it, and be grateful for it. So apart from that, the final actionable insight, which I can give you from the book, it's quite an important one, is especially related with active listening, where you must really listen well, like speak slower and actually even less, just to be more understanding about the other person, right? The idea is to first understand what other people say, your family, relationship, the colleagues, and then be understood from your point. And this exactly replicates one of the main points of or habits of the highly effective people. It's from the book Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, where it's really important first to be understood, right? Uh, Actually, the other way around. So it's really important first to be understanding of others. Sorry about that. And then be understood. So try to understand others, who are you talking to. Then you already get the perspective, how they feel, how they perceive certain things talking about, and then try to explain your point. Because then you'll not only have a little bit of an upper edge, but then you'll also know how the other person feels, how the other person actually perceives this particular information, right? So just to summarize, it's really important to keep your mind peaceful by doing activities, meditation, one of the most effective things to calm down your mind, and then have a lot of happy memories, happy moments. Keep smiling. That's more important. Having a more happy and a fulfilled day, more important than a lot of other things. And finally, try to understand others first, and then make sure that they understand you. So with this three, I think conclude this video. And it's really important to be also aware. Just take a moment, take a pause, and then be aware of actually your own emotions, right? First, because emotional awareness is the key. And try to calm your mind, and then act upon whatever you are planning to. So it's really important to take a pause, take a break, think what's happening, and yeah, good luck and have an amazing day ahead. And I'll uh, definitely see you guys in another video. But yeah, if you like, or if you have any comments, feel free to let me know. If you want to discuss about something or another genre or a separate or different kind of book series, please let me know. Uh, until then, goodbye. Take care.